Welcome to Exchange Kids today, our very last episode. Can you believe it? We have done a lot of videos and we've come to the very last episode of the year. So, we have been talking about Christmas because it's Christmas time. And if you look over here, you can see our little Advent calendar. We've got Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus and some sheep and the star, an angel in the sky. It's starting to fill up. Each day we put another one up. We haven't done today's, but we'll do that after we make this video. Okay, so we've been talking about Christmas. We've looked at why Jesus had to come and some of the prophecies that were foretold about Jesus. And last week Sharon shared with us about the shepherds. Well, today we're going to look about the wise men. So let's watch a video clip now about the wise men who came to visit Jesus.
Stories of the Bible. Jesus and the wise men. This is Jesus.
Booyah!
Jesus is the Son of God who would grow up to do amazing things. His parents on earth were Mary and Joseph.
Heyo.
Jesus was born in a barn because there was no room for him anywhere else in Bethlehem. Bethlehem was part of Judea, an area that was ruled by a king named Herod. King Herod was in Jerusalem when some wise men from eastern lands arrived in Jerusalem asking,
Excuse me.
"Where is the newborn king of the Jews? We saw his star as it rose and we have come to worship him." When Herod heard that there was another king born in Judea, he was very upset, as was everyone else in Jerusalem.
Yeah. Not you.
So Herod called all the important priests and Jews together and asked them where this king was supposed to be born. The Jews knew that their king would eventually come, and it was always told to them that the king of the Jews, the savior of the world, would be born in Bethlehem. So they told that to King Herod. Then King Herod thought of a way to trick the wise men. So he called a private meeting with them and learned from them when the king of the Jews' star first appeared.
Oh, good.
And then King Herod told the wise men, "Go to Bethlehem and search carefully for the child, and when you find him, come back and tell me, so that I can go and worship him too."
Okay. Hey, on your way.
But secretly, Herod wanted to know where the king of the Jews was so he could get rid of him. So the wise men went on their way, and the star they had seen in the east guided them to Bethlehem. It went ahead of them and stopped over the place where Jesus was, and the wise men were filled with joy.
Woohoo!
They went into the house and saw Mary and Jesus,
Hello. Oh, look. Wow.
and they bowed down and worshiped Jesus.
Wait.
They gave him special gifts fit for the king that he was: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Then God warned them in a dream to not go home through Jerusalem, where King Herod was, but God told them to go home a different way. So they did. And then an angel appeared to Joseph in a dream and said, "Get up." The angel told Joseph to go to Egypt with Mary and Jesus because Herod was looking to kill Jesus. That very night, Joseph left for Egypt with Jesus and Mary. They stayed in Egypt until Herod was gone, and it was safe for them to go home to Israel. When they returned, an angel warned them about the new ruler of Judea, who was Herod's son.
This way.
So Joseph and his family went to the region of Galilee and found their new home in the town of Nazareth,
Look good?
Yep.
We'll take it.
where Jesus would grow up and eventually do all the amazing things God had planned for him to do.
Okay, so the wise men came to visit Jesus. They came from a long way away and they came to worship him and brought him some gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. They might be strange gifts, you might be thinking, for a baby, but they brought those gifts because Jesus was a king. He was the king of the whole world. And so they brought him some special gifts. And you know, we can bring Jesus gifts too. We can bring gifts of things that we do in our lives. So gifts of obedience when we're obeying God, obeying our mum and dad. We can give Jesus other gifts. So we might give him money. So we give money to our church to help Jesus' ministry, his gospel work, be carried out in our area.
That's fearfully wonderfully made.
Yes, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. That's right. Because Jesus wants us to bring him gifts. Gifts of worship. We worship Jesus. That is offering him a gift. So just like those wise men of long ago brought Jesus gifts, we too can bring Jesus gifts today. I want you to have a think about some other gifts that you might be able to bring to Jesus. And maybe you can talk about them with your parents after this video is finished. We're going to watch a video now of a song about the Magi. The Magi is another word for wise men. So it's a song about when the wise men came to visit Jesus.
Well, howdy, cowpokes. I love it out here on the prairie, just me and my old horse, Flipper. And you know, even though it's Christmas and my kinfolk are near on 1,000,000 miles away, well, I got everything I need to read about the Christmas story right here in this beaten old leather Bible. I wonder, have you ever heard the story of the Magi? Why don't you settle on back and I'll sing you the song. Perfect.
When Jesus was born in Bethlehem, the Magi rode into Jerusalem. Tired from their journey, dusty and dry, well, they'd followed the star in the eastern sky. Followed the star in the eastern sky. Well, they went to King Herod and they told him the news. That star marks the birth of the King of the Jews. Show us the place, for far we have come, and we want to worship God's newborn Son. We want to worship God's newborn Son. Herod gathered the teachers and the priests for advice. Where will this happen, this birth of the Christ? They said, up in Judea, as it was foretold by the prophet Isaiah in the days of old. Prophet Isaiah in the days of old. Well, move 'em out, Magi, there's a new king to see. When you find him, said Herod, report back to me. For I wish to worship this king if I can. But King Herod was hatching a deadly plan. Herod was hatching a deadly plan. Magi followed the star and they were filled with joy. When they found Mary and her precious boy, they bowed down right there and they worshiped the Christ, laying treasures of gold and precious spice. Treasures of gold and precious spice. Well, those wise men called Magi were warned in a dream of evil King Herod's murderous scheme. They found the Messiah, God's great high priest, so they hitched up and rode back towards the east. Hitched up and rode back towards the east. Those Magi were wise, and one thing is true. If you want to be wise, you will seek him too. If you want to be wise, you'll seek Jesus. You'll seek him too.
Now, I caught up with some exchange kids children last Sunday. I caught up with a few kids and we made a little video together and we played a game to be shared in this week's episode of Exchange Kids. It's a game about the Christmas story. So let's watch that one now. Today we're going to play a little game, okay? So I've got some things in my box and I'm going to set them up like a nativity scene, which is basically telling the story of Jesus using some little, these ones are wooden characters. So I'm going to lay them flat. So we've got, this is Mary and baby Jesus, and this is her husband Joseph. So we'll put them next to each other. We'll put that there. And then we've got, this is a shepherd, and the shepherd needs his sheep. Okay, so we've got that. And then we've got this wise man. I've only got one. Often when we read about the wise men, we think that there's three. Yeah. We've only got one here. But do you know that the Bible doesn't actually say there's 3 wise men? It says that there were wise men and they brought 3 gifts. So people often think that there were 3 wise men, but we don't actually know. And they came from a long way away. So we've got a camel there. That might be what they travelled on. And we've also got an angel there and a star. So these are all things to do with the Christmas story. I want you to have a close look at all of them. Look at what everything is, because in a minute I am going to close the lid of the box or hide it, turn it round so that I can take one piece away, and then I'm going to turn it back and I want you to see if you know which piece I took away. Okay? Do you know what you have to do?
Yeah.
All right, so you've looked carefully at what's there. Ready? I'm going to turn my box around. And let's see, no peeking. Let me think. I'm going to take on that one. Okay. There we go. Now, I want hands up. So no calling it. Hands up if you know what has been taken. Audrey, what was taken?
Mary.
Mary. And she was holding someone.
Oh, and
baby Jesus. Very good. Can you tell me anything about Mary?
that she was engaged to Joseph.
Yep, that's right. She was. Yep. All right. So you ready? You ready for me to do it again? I'm going to take another piece away. All right. I'm going to take away this one. Okay. What is missing this time? Do you know, Lara? Yeah. What is it?
The sheep.
The sheep. Can you tell me anything about the sheep in the story of when Jesus was born?
I don't know anything about it.
No. Where was Jesus born?
Oh, in a stable.
He was born in a stable, so that means a place where animals live. So maybe sheep were there to watch Jesus being born. Now that's a bit weird. Okay, let's put the sheep back. He needs to be with his shepherd. Okay, I'm going to take a few more away. Let me think. You all know what's there?
Yeah.
Okay. I will take away. Let me think. This one up here. Oh, don't give clues away. What have I taken away this time? Do you know, Tom?
The angel.
Yes, very good. Now, angels are in the story of Christmas a couple of times. Do you know any times when an angel was in the story that we talk about when Jesus was born? You don't have to tell me all of them, but maybe one of them.
There were 3 and they came down the stable.
Audrey, can you tell me something about the angels?
That when Mary first heard that she was going to have a baby, the angel came and its name was Gabriel.
Yeah, okay. So the angel came and told Mary then. Were you going to say something else here?
Yes, the shepherds were smelly and no one believed them.
Yeah, so the shepherds, they actually had angels appear to them, didn't they? So another angel. I better put my angel back. Okay. So yeah, there's a few angels mentioned in the Christmas story. I might do one more. Which one will I do? Or shall I be clever and take away more than one? Make it extra hard. Okay, I'm going to take away 2 this time. Okay, see if... No watching. And this will be on camera, so people will know if you were watching or not. There we go. Okay. What have I taken away this time? You know, Lara?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The star.
Yes. And there was one other. What else was there?
The person who rides the camel.
Oh, yes, that's right. The wise man. Okay. So we're looking at the wise men today. Okay. So the wise men came from a long way away. It says from a country way in the east. And they had to travel a long way to visit Jesus. So Jesus was probably not a baby anymore. When he was probably, he might have been the twins' age when he was born, or maybe Lily's age or Stellan's age. Jesus might have been that old, so maybe even a year old or more when the wise men finally got there to see Jesus and to worship him.
Yeah, the wise men were brought from Herod.
They went to see Herod on the way. So they didn't come from Herod. They came from even further away than that. But because the star that they saw in the sky said that there was a king to be born, that's what this particular star meant, they thought, well, we might as well go to Jerusalem, which is where Herod lived, because he was a king. So they thought, if we go and ask Herod, well, surely Herod would know where this king is. But of course, Herod didn't know, and he's like, a king? But I'm the king. So he got very jealous. And he secretly had this plan that, yeah, exactly. So he asked the wise men to go and search for where Jesus was. And then he said, come back when you found him and tell me where he is, so that I too may worship him. But he didn't want to worship him at all. He wanted to kill him and get rid of him. That's right. But God had bigger plans than that. All right, you have done very well. And we might finish there. Well, there you go. How did you go with that game? Were you tricked? Or could you sometimes see some of the things that I was hiding? Those kids that helped me last week were very clever. They didn't get tricked once. Every time they knew exactly which character was missing out of my box. So well done. Thank you, children who helped me last week with that game too. Well, that's it. This is our final episode of Exchange Kids at Home. And I can't even say see you all again next week like I normally do, because there are no more videos. But I will see you all again next week because I'll be able to see you at church. So that's even better. So if you have watched our Exchange Kids videos throughout this year, thank you. I hope you've learnt some things along the way, and enjoy your school holidays. If you've got a few more days of school, I hope they go well. Enjoy your holidays, and then we will see you all again at Exchange Kids in person when we start up again next year. So goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.